Hello and welcome to Conversational English. This is the Conversational English Hour with Priscilla. I hope that you will enjoy today's session. Today's session is about a beautiful staircase. Our objective for today is that the students will be able to use his or her own vocabulary and words to create a personal mini story. We will talk about any items of your choice, and the student should be able to use a few phrasal verbs to retell a story, and the student will be able to use the concept of beauty, steal, enhance, deteriorate. As you develop your understanding and the use of tenses, we hope that you'll understand very deeply that tense has a very important role in the English language. So we'll talk about a past tense, present tense, and future tense. If you have not seen the video that is attached in the link, please view it. It's just a short video. It's about 1 minute in length. I hope that you will enjoy it and provide feedback about the video as well. Thank you for listening, and now I will bring in today's lesson. And Alicia, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing very well. It's nice to see you and the little bunny rabbit.
Yeah, thanks.
So do you love bunny rabbits? Do you have a bunny rabbit?
Yeah, it's
Ah,
my rabbit.
okay. And what's your rabbit's name?
The name is Lily, but
Lily?
sometimes I said Lilo.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
a different kind of name.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Hello, Carolina. Well, actually, Carolina just briefly popped up and now she's no longer there. But we'll get started. We'll maximize our time together by starting with the story. As you look at the story title, Alicia, what do you think this story might be about? As you look at the title, A Beautiful Staircase, what do you think it might be about?
Uh, uh, I I don't understand what the story case.
Okay, I know, but if you look at the title, if someone said, let's go look at a beautiful staircase, what do you think they might mean? What do you think they would want you to do? Do you know what a staircase is?
Yeah,
What is a staircase?
it's something that you use to go up.
Very good. And now that you know that this story is about a staircase, do you think it might be used for going up and down?
Yeah.
Possibly. Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
Okay, okay.
Well, let's find out if that is what it's going to be about. And Alicia, I'm going to give you the number 1.
Okay.
That will be how I will quickly find you, depending upon how many students are entering into the class. So if we look at this stairwell, before I ask you to read, we notice that it looks like it possibly is going upwards. In front of the staircase, we see some coloration. Do you see those colors there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I see. Before the picture is so small and
Mm-hmm.
I can see. It's like a mosaic.
Yes, it's like a mosaic. Very good word choices also. It's like a mosaic. And
Mosaic.
I was trying to color that arrow, but for whatever reason it's not coloring, but that's okay. But it's like a mosaic. And so if we stand in front of it, if we stand right here in front of it, we can see more of the mosaic. And it's so beautiful. The
Yeah.
images are so beautiful, I think. All right. Now, if you would, we will begin to read. Alicia, would you please
Yeah.
read? Caroline? Caroline will read secondly. Okay?
Okay. Please, could you zoom in?
Okay. Let's see, what do I need to do to make it bigger?
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
A staircase is usually just that, a staircase. steps that people rarely look at unless they lose their footing and stumble. Whether it's made of wood or marble, a staircase is almost always overlooked. The only ones who may notice the potential of such an important an item are the creative.
Very good. Thank you, Alicia, for reading that. And let's see. So I'm going to start here, but this is what you just read, Alicia. A
Yeah.
staircase is usually just that, a staircase. Steps that people rarely look at unless they lose their footing and stumble. Whether it's made of wood or marble, a staircase is almost always overlooked. The only ones who may notice the potential of such an unimportant an item are the creative. Now, Alicia, as you read that, can you tell me what you read? Can you summarize for me what you read? Can you summarize what you read? Okay.
Uh, the
Mhm.
okay. The staircase it's made with steps,
Mhm.
and they are made with a different material. I could add glass too. I
Mhm.
see sometimes in the indoor,
Mhm.
and
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, Caroline, I'd like for you to read after I display the summary that I had given. The summary that I had provided for what was read is here. And let me put a little bit more. Well, this worked so well earlier. Well, anyway, a staircase is a path to follow when going up or coming down, usually usually within an enclosed structure or an opening within a building or an open building. When you stand in front of a stairwell, you can see many features of the erected steps. If you stand at the top of the stairs, you can only observe the top level and what is at the bottom. As I demonstrated at the very beginning with this copy, you can see the arrows. If you look down, you can see a beautiful collage, or what was that word that you used, Alicia? What was the word that you used?
mosaic,
Mosaic. And
mosaic.
mosaic. So if you stand in front, you can see this beautiful mosaic that is here. All right, so let's go back down now to our reading. And I'll take that one out. We don't need that one. And now we will hear Caroline read for us. Caroline, would you read starting at number 2? And Paco, hello Paco, you will read at number 3. Caroline,
Hello, hello,
hello,
good morning.
hello Paco. So Paco, you are going to be number 3. Caroline is number 3.
All
I mean,
right,
Caroline is number 2. Paco, you are number 3.
all right.
Caroline.
Um,
Read for us now, Caroline.
okay, there was a young boy who sought to bring beauty to the world in simple ways. One day, he came across a simple flight of stairs in the public gardens. It was just tiled, I don't know this word. It was just tiled, nothing special. But to this boy's artist's mind, it was a blank canvas, a small way to catch people's eye if decorated in a beautiful way and draw their hearts and minds to things of God. He brought his sister to the stairs, and together they stood there, planning the design aloud. The boy's sister was his best friend and helped him in all of his works, no matter how odd or ridiculous they seemed.
Mhm. Very nice. Caroline, can you tell me if there are words in this passage that you need me to help you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
um, and sought, sought,
Okay. We're going to look at the
yes,
word sought.
sought. Um, mhm. Uh, uh, Thailand, Thailand, uh, blank canvas. Uh, um, mhm,
And
mm, um, palito,
oh, sought means to look for something. And let's see if I can find it here. But
first line.
okay, okay. Here we have the word sought,
Mm,
where he says that there was a young boy who sought to bring beauty, who wanted to do something. He wanted to seek out something. He wanted to bring something of beauty. So he was looking for a place. There was a young boy who was looking for a bring beauty to the world. Okay? So that's what the word sought actually means. One day he came across a simple flight of stairs in the public gardens. Remember, public gardens, public, that's what public means. Public, it's a place where anyone can go at no cost. That's what public means. And let's see. And there was another word, blank canvas. The blank canvas. This is what an artist would use to draw. Usually you would have an artist who has a board that, let's see if I can get an artist board. Artist board. It would be something like, yes, here's a great one. Here is an excellent one. Right here. Let's get my tool here and get that copy. Well, it's taking me longer than I had planned to get back. And where's my lesson? I think I've lost the lesson. All right, here it is. But I don't know that you can see it. Control this. Can you see that image, Caroline?
no.
Okay, I've got to go back out and get it then.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this is an artist's board here. Okay. So that's what a canvas, a blank canvas. That's what a blank canvas is. All right. Now, can you summarize what you read for us? Can you summarize what you just read for us, Caroline?
Okay. I think this text is about a boy who is very creative
Mm-hmm.
and see opportunity to do something even in a flight of stairs, for example.
Mm-hmm. Good. And that was a good summary. And this is what I wrote as my summary as I read it. The flight of stairs in the garden is nothing special other than it serves as no real purpose. Well, that means the same thing, so I don't need to tell you that twice. It means that a flight of stairs is nothing special in the garden. Um, oh, I was telling you that when something is of no special purpose, it means that it has no real value. You can't use the stairs to go up and down because it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a place in the garden. This young boy is thinking of making something beautiful with paint and the shards of glass, which is called tiles. Okay, so the shards of glass is called tile. If you look, I'll show you what it means by being this stairwell. If you look here on the sides, you'll notice that it's outside. Do you see the greenery outside? Which means it isn't going anywhere. It's just there.
Okay.
It's just something that's there. All right. Paco, would you read for us, please? Starting with, let's see. You will start at 3, Paco. If you will read for us.
All right.
Paco.
Next day, the two once again went to the stairs, but this time with buckets of tiles sorted by color and another bucket of cement. Together, they worked to place the tiles along the front of the steps, forming a pattern not noticeable to one looking straight down from their stance on the stairs, but from the front, forming an eye-catching pattern. I
Great.
don't understand a word.
Okay, you didn't understand any word.
And anything.
Okay, well, let me see if I can help you. The next day, which means if it
Yes,
was
yes, yes.
if
Yes.
it was Tuesday, today is Wednesday when they're going. The two once again went to the stairs. So the children are going to the stairs again. But this time they have in their hands a bucket. And in their hands they have tiles sorted by colors. For example, they may have all the red tiles in one bucket, all the blue tiles in one bucket, all the green tiles in one bucket, etc.
Bucket is a bag?
A bucket is a container.
A container.
bucket is a container. Like maybe you might take a bucket of water someplace.
All right.
So they are carrying their bucket of water, well, in this case, a bucket of tiles. And I'm sorry for my phone ringing, but I think it stopped. So they're carrying their bucket, right, in their hands. And in their bucket, they've got colorful tiles, and in those tiles are pieces of glass, beautiful pieces of glass.
Mm-hmm.
And in their final bucket has cement in it. Their final bucket has cement. And cement is something that can be used to hold things in place. We use cement for our driveways at our homes.
Yes, it's the same word in Spanish.
Okay, great. And so they place these tiles in the front of the staircase. If you remember when we looked at the staircase, here you see the tiles. Here, and these tiles that they're using, they're putting them directly in front of the staircase. And those are the colorful pieces of glass that they are arranging. Now, do you understand? And an eye-catching pattern means something that is a pattern, and there's no way to just not see it. It's so beautiful that you do see it almost immediately. Okay? Now, do you understand what you read?
Yes, together they were to place the tiles along the front of the steps, forming a pattern not visible to one looking straight down from the stair stand on the stage, but from the front, forming an eye-catching pattern. Eye-catching?
Eye-catching means that, do you see these stairs here?
Yes.
If you were to pass by those stairs, what would catch your eye? What would catch your eye if you were to pass by these stairs?
The mosaics.
The mosaic. And it's because they're so colorful that you would stop and you would look at them because they're so beautiful. So that's something that's catching. Also, if you see a beautiful girl, you think,
Mm-hmm.
oh, she's eye-catching. She's really beautiful.
Eye-catching. All
That
right.
would that would catch your eye as well.
Uh-huh. That
Okay.
you that you are anyway not forced, but in
No.
any way forced to look at.
You're forced automatically to look at.
Look at. All right.
You're
Okay.
forced to look at it automatically.
Okay. I got it now.
All right. Now, can you summarize the story for me?
Well, they say that the boy and his sister
Mm-hmm.
were working to place the tiles on the front of the stairs,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
steps of the stairs, and place it with the help of cement.
Very good. Very nice.
And you can
Elise,
see it. You can see this tile, this mosaic, this pattern when you are going in front of the stairs,
very good. Very nice. That
not
is
from the top.
not from the top.
All right.
Okay, Alicia, could you read for us?
Through the course of the day and the week and the month that followed, passersby stopped and looked at the young boy and girl wearing their knees to the bone, just to pass colored glass onto a flight of stairs. But they kept making their art. Winter came, the snow fell in drift onto the staircase, but they didn't matter to the siblings. They cleared it away with their bare hands and, though nearly frozen, kept up their works.
Were there words here that gave you difficulty?
Yeah. Passerby is someone that across like the street.
Yes, that is correct. Someone that is passing or walking across the street. Mhm.
Okay.
But in this case, they're walking in the passersby
Yeah.
in the garden. Mhm.
So, someone that walking close the staircase.
Very good. That is correct.
Okay. And loud, I don't remember, is the past of, I don't remember the verbs.
It is a past tense of laugh. They laughed.
Okay. They smile a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
but smile a lot, but a sound comes from their mouth. So it's a little bit more than smiling. They're making a sound. But if they're smiling, there is no sound.
Okay.
And that word is laughed. Laughed. Okay?
And what is drift? Onto. On, it's
Drift.
like into, but with on. But drift,
Drift means to move slowly. If you were in one of my sessions and we talked about the iceberg is frozen ice and it drifts on top of the water. It floats on top of the water. But in this case, the snow is being blown perhaps by the wind, and if you blow something, it drifts. And as the wind perhaps is blowing the snow, it's blowing and drifting on the staircase.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Cleared is a way that I don't catch what the mean about bare hands.
Their bare hands. That means if their hands are bare, they do not have anything in their hands. If you open your hands right now and look at them, Alicia, they are bare. Bare means empty.
Okay.
So without having anything in their hands, they just took their hands, maybe cupped their hands in a folded position and moved the snow. They used their left hand and their right hand to move away the snow so they could continue to work. All right.
Okay.
Now, could you summarize this?
Yeah. The time is gone and arrive the winter,
Mm-hmm.
and there are many snow that drifted
Good.
onto
Mm-hmm.
the staircase, but the sleepings didn't have a matter because they cleared the steps with their bare hands
Mm-hmm.
and keep out their works, and I think that's they going on.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. Thank you. Caroline.
Uh,
Caroline, could you read for us, please?
finally, mm, finally, the last shard was put into place. The siblings wearily went home hand in hand, leaving behind a masterpiece. Visitors to the park noticed the next day the change in the steps. They all asked each other, "What happened to those children? Why did they do this? Isn't it a bit of waste of time?" A few days after finishing, the siblings came to visit their staircase. They were flooded with questions, to which the sister raised her hand against.
Okay.
Mm,
Are there words here that you have?
um, siblings, siblings,
The child, she's silenced.
and first line, siblings.
Okay, I can't find the word.
It's in the first line. Yeah,
Siblings. Okay.
sibling. Sibling.
Siblings. Okay, siblings means that they were brother and sister.
Brother.
Do you have a brother or sister,
Yes.
Caroline? That is your sibling. It's a brother or sister. Those are your siblings.
Okay.
And a shard is just a tiny piece of glass. Remember, they were carrying pieces of glass in the bucket?
Yes.
They were carrying pieces of glass in the bucket to make this beautiful mosaic here
Mm.
on the stairs. So it's tiny pieces of glass. If you hold the glass up to the light, it most likely will glisten and shine. And that's what they were doing. Any other words?
Um, um, a masterpiece.
A masterpiece is what the artist will create from his blank canvas. Remember, we had this word here. So a masterpiece is typically what we call finished work. A masterpiece is a finished work.
Okay.
So that's what a masterpiece is.
Mm-hmm. Um, I think this part is about of the results of the job of the siblings
Mm-hmm.
and
Of the
how
siblings, of the siblings.
of the
Mm-hmm.
siblings and how people uh, and what people thought about what they did. People were very surprised with, with
Mm-hmm.
with their job. People was thinking that was a waste of time.
Mm-hmm. Good. Very good. Okay. And now we will hear from Paco. Paco, could you read for us?
Yes. My brother is blind. He wishes to bring the beauty that he cannot see to those who can better appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to help him design it and organize the glass, since he can't see the colors, but he's the real artist here.
Mm-hmm.
That staircase still stands, a monument of simple beauty and art. Many have forgotten the children who decorated it, but they will forever live on through this staircase.
Great. And are there words here that I could help you with?
No, no.
Okay. Could you summarize this passage for me? Can you
Uh,
summarize what you
yes,
just?
the girl says that her brother is blind,
Mm-hmm.
but he wanted uh, to make something that brings beauty to the people, to the world.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
Uh, he helped him to do it, to put the glass in order, in order mm, the 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 picture to be to make sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds wonderful. All right,
Uh-huh.
thank you very much for that, Paco. We have now completed reading the story, and I'm interested now in knowing, what did you think of the entire story? Can you retell the entire story? We'll start with Alicia. Alicia, can you summarize the entire story for us now?
Mm,
Alicia,
Yeah, sorry, I don't understand what other you have to do.
I want you to tell me the entire story now. I want you to tell me the entire story. I want you to summarize the entire story. For example, you would say this story is about a little boy and a little girl who
Okay,
go to the garden, and they notice that there is a staircase in the garden.
okay,
One day they decide to come back and decorate the garden. They bring buckets of shard glass and cement, and every day they labor at putting the shard glass on the front of the staircase. On their final day, people returned and said, "Hey, where is the little boy and the little girl that was putting the glass on the staircase?" And because it was a public place, people constantly went, and they would, I forget what that word is, they watched or they admired the eye-catching view. Finally, the little boy and girl arrived, and the people asked, "Why did you do it?" And the little girl said, "My brother is blind, and he wants the world to see the beauty that he can't see." That would be my summary. So
okay.
if you could summarize the story, we will listen.
Yeah, and I think it's a real story that.
Oh, I don't know.
Ah, okay, sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Okay. But you can make it a real story.
It's amazing that a boy that is a blind and he can't have a real perception of the color and the glass style. Ask to her sister to help him to make a beautiful art for everyone that pass by in front of the staircase, and it's a great work, and they worked for many months,
Good.
but they have a great attitude, and because they have an ambition and they want to have a goal, and I think the result is very nice and fabulous, with a great ensemble, not ensemble, sorry, a great mix-up of colors.
Well, what did you call it? I like that word that you used. You used it. It's I forget again. Um, motif? No, it wasn't a motif. What did you call that word? Their masterpiece.
Ensemble? What? No, I don't understand.
What was the word that you used to describe the glass on the staircase? You gave it a beautiful.
Public garden?
No, well, it
No.
is a public garden, but monologue, montage. It wasn't a montage. What was the word that you used? All right, go continue. That's okay. It will come to us.
I don't remember, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
And they made this masterpiece in the
Mm-hmm.
public garden,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay, that might be enough. Let's listen to Caroline. Caroline, can you summarize for us?
Okay. The test is about two siblings that made efforts to decorate and this and this staircase, and they did this job um, during the winter, facing snow, cold,
Mm-hmm.
and during this time, all this job was left out by the people who didn't know what what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after all this effort, they eye catch get,
Eye catching.
they eye catching the beauty of the job, and they were very surprised about it. And then they asked to the girl, because the boy, that is the surprise of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked the girl, uh, why the boy did this job, because he is blind. And
Mm-hmm.
then the sister said that the boy um, did it because he wants to uh, lead, he wants to give beauty to the world,
Mm-hmm.
because he can't see the beauty.
Very good. And Paco,
Yes.
could you summarize for us?
Well, it's a beautiful story uh, about um, a boy who is blind, and as he can't see the beauty
Mm-hmm.
of the things, um, he wants to make the people to see the beauty that is in his imagination.
Good.
So he asked his sister to help him
Mm-hmm. Good.
to make something for it. That is to make a mosaic of tiles.
Okay. And that
Not,
was that
not
was I'm sorry. That was the word I was looking for. Mosaic. Okay.
mosaic. That
Okay.
a mosaic in a stairs in a public garden.
Mm-hmm.
Story is very well told because until the end, you don't discover that the artist is blind.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was a
Yes.
surprise. Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Very good. So now the three of you has successfully summarized the story for me, and that was great. You all did a fantastic job in doing that. Let us now go back to our story. And as we look at the story, we have our questions and answers. And I want you each to answer the question as you see it. Let's see, Paco, what is a staircase?
Well, the answer is a staircase is a place to walk on to get to a different location.
Great, great. Now only use my answer if you can't think of the answer.
Uh-huh.
If you know the answer, then of course use your
No,
own answer.
I
Okay.
didn't know. I didn't remember what
uh,
staircase was.
Okay. And Caroline, can you tell me what did the young boy want to do in this story? What did the young boy want to do in this story, Caroline?
Okay. The boy wanted to
Okay.
do art in the staircase,
Mm-hmm.
bring beauty to the world.
Great. And Alicia, how did the young boy view the stairs? How did the young boy view the stairs?
the young boy viewed the stairs as a blank canvas.
Great. And Paco, who did the boy bring with him to see the stairs?
Mm, to to see the stairs.
Who did he bring with him to see the stairs?
Yes, he came with his sister.
Very good.
Helped him to the stairs.
Okay. Alicia, was the young boy's sister his best friend?
I don't know, but sure, she's a great friend.
Okay. Yes, she was his best friend. The story says she was his best friend.
Okay.
Caroline, what did the young boy and his sister bring to the stairs in buckets?
They brought small pieces of glass,
And what was in the other bucket?
cement.
Very good. They brought glass and cement. Paco, did the young boy and his sister create a pattern on the front steps?
Yes, they created pattern in the front steps of the front steps of the stair.
Great. Alicia, was the pattern that the young boy and his sister created noticeable to one looking straight down from the stair, from their stance?
No, the pattern wasn't noticeable to anyone that looked right down from their stains.
Okay. And Caroline, what did the passerby do over the course of the day and the week and the months that followed the pasting and coloring of glass onto the flight of stairs?
They laughed and they were very curious about it, but they didn't care.
Okay. And Paco, what did the young boy's sister tell the people who admired the masterpiece? What did the young boy's sister tell the people who admired the masterpiece?
Well, she told people that the real artist was his brother, and that he was blind.
Very good. Now, when you say the sister told the people it was her brother, because she's a girl, so it is her brother, not his brother. Okay, great. Now, you did beautifully with the questions and answers, which served as a review of the story. I want you all to say these words as quickly as you possibly can. And the reason I want you to say them quickly, I want you to be able to recognize them when you tell your story. And I want you to say them quickly but distinctly so that I can hear every letter as you enunciate the words, and I'll do it first. You will read like this very quickly. Perception, forever, public, passerby, staircase, eye-catching, siblings, monument, mosaic, masterpiece, decorate, garden, appreciate, shard, artist. All right. Caroline, could you read these words for me as quickly as you can, starting with perception?
Perception, passerby, siblings, masterpiece, appreciate, forever, staircase, monument, decorate, shard, public, eye-catching, mosaic, garden, artist.
Great. I understood very distinctly every word that you were saying. Alicia, could you do the same? As quickly as you can, say the words.
Perception, passerby, siblings, masterpiece, appreciate, forever, staircase, monument, decorate, shard, public, eye-catching, mosaic, garden, artist.
Okay, could you repeat this word that is in green?
Siblings.
Okay, great. I didn't hear the S the first time. That is correct. Thank you. And Paco, can you do the same?
Yes, perception, passerby, siblings, masterpiece, appreciate, forever, staircase, monument, decorate, shard, public, eye-catching, mosaic, garden, artist.
Okay, and this word is masterpiece. You did say it the second time, but you stumbled when you first started. So could you pronounce the word masterpiece?
Masterpiece.
Fantastic. All right, we have said the words, and we will forego that one. Okay, I'm going to go back up to here and have you all retell the story using the words here that we just reviewed. I want you to tell me this story. Control C. Using the words here. 1, 2, 3. Wait just a second. Okay, so I will do it first. Here's the story. The two children were in the garden, and it was the perception of the people that were the passerbys that the siblings were wasting their times. They didn't know how to decorate anything, and they thought that they should be playing. But the children used charred pieces of glass, hoping that the people that were passing by would eventually appreciate what the artist was about to create for them in the garden. In the garden, the mosaic along the staircase was going to serve as a monument that would be eye-catching to anyone that could see the staircase forever in this public place, which was the garden. And in the garden, we find the masterpiece. Now, as you tell your story, if you do not see that I have deleted a word, you need to keep going over that word until I get it. Okay, so don't stop and tell me that I've already used that word. Just use it again until it is gone. Okay, so Alicia, you will start first.
Okay.
And then we will have Paco. On the count of three, you may begin. 1, 2, 3.
Go. In a public garden, there was a staircase, and the siblings artists um, wanted to decorate that staircase, and they used public before.
Okay,
Public garden.
remember, even if you use it, tell it to me again. Tell it to me again. Continue.
In a public garden, there was a staircase, and two sibling artists wanted to decorate that because they wanna to create a monument with a beautiful mosaic, and they used many shards to create that. And the people, when passerby in front of the staircase, forever appreciate that beautiful masterpiece that eye-catching their perception. Could be.
Okay, very nicely done. Thank you very much for that. You you did use all of your words, and you did a great job of that. Let's see. Trophy. And now we will hear from Caroline on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Once upon a time, there were two siblings that decided to decorate a staircase with shards. Uh, this job was very tough. They had to face the cold, the winter, and the scorn of passerby that didn't have the perception about the job that they were made in. And this job was made in a public garden because there's a place where anyone can do something like this. And then after a long time of work, they did a type of monument. The staircase have a mosaic with so much color, and the masterpiece was considered uh, um, uh, the masterpiece was very eye-catching for the people passes that passed by at the garden, and they considered the boy was an artist, and they so could appreciate what they did because they decorate the staircase, and now this is a kind of art that could live forever.
Okay, great job. Thank you. Now we will hear from Paco.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a story of two siblings who wanted mm, to make something that were eye-catching to the people um, in a public garden. They saw the staircase. Um, they wanted uh, to decorate um, it um, to make a mosaic in the front of the steps of the staircase. The artist, the real artist was the boy, but as he was blind, he needed the help of his sister. So so they did it with charts. They decorated the step of the staircase, and the passers-by um, had the perception that that was a masterpiece they appreciate very much. The monument remains forever.
Okay, good job. Good job, Paco. And you each did a wonderful job with that. So, Paco, there's a trophy for you. Caroline, a trophy for you. And Alicia, a trophy for you. Now, you all remember that you did a fantastic job with that today. And I'm so very proud of your efforts. Again, what we were trying to do is create an opportunity for you to think and create your own mini story.
Yeah.
I can promise you, the more times you create a little story out of something that you have learned, the better you are at taking that information in deeply into your soul, into your head, and into your mouth. And if you continue to practice in this manner, no matter what type of class you're in, you will learn deeply the information because you're forcing yourself to think in English and remember what it is. So now we've had several versions of that story of the beautiful staircase that you should be able to tell anyone that story and choose about 3 or 4 words, hopefully, that you learned today, such as shard, mosaic, masterpiece, canvas, any of those words. But if you were reading a scientific magazine, find words that you don't really understand, take the vocabulary out of context, take it out of context of the scientificness and make it into something simple that you understand, such as experimentation. When we talk about an experimentation in science, they have about 5 different words around it. They may have, well, I can't think of anything right now, but if you take each word out of context and put it into something that you understand, then when you put it back into this scientific article, it's like, ah, I understand it now. Now, the same works with learning languages, whether it's English, Spanish, or something else. Put it into the place of something else and force yourself to think in the language that you're trying to learn. And that gives your brain permission to accept the information. So that is my final word today for you, Paco, Caroline, and Alicia. You were a fantastic group, and a word that we learned yesterday was cohort in another class. So the group of you, when a group of people are together, they are a cohort. So for my cohort of students today, I appreciate your efforts, and now I would like to have Alicia give me her final word about today. What did you think of today's class? And if you want to give us any advice, we are listening. You may begin.
I don't have an advice,
Or a
but
tip.
I like this lesson because I learn a new words,
Great.
and some words I had just heard, but in a different context. So it's very interesting.
Great. And I like the fact that you said that you're learning these words in a different context. And this is what I'm speaking of. As you learn words in different contexts, if you're talking about geography, if you're going on a safari and you hear words that are related to the safari, just take the words out of context, look it up, then you can better understand what the person is talking about later on when you want to share the information with someone else. Thank you very much, Alicia. Carolina?
I think the class was great because it forced me to think more in English and be fast. So I like it so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Carolina. And yes, the class goes at a fast pace. We spoke words very quickly today. And the reason we did that is that we want to tell our brain that I know this word. Instead of laboring over what is this word, we tell ourselves very quickly that I know this word. And guess what happens, Caroline? Our brain accepts that we know this word, even though we may not really know it. Our brain doesn't know anything that we tell until we tell it. So when we say to ourselves, oh, I don't know this, your brain said, you're right, you don't know this. But we read very quickly and we say, brain, I know this, and so I say it very quickly. Thank you, Caroline. And Paco, could I have final word from you, please?
Well, I like very much this class. Thank you for forcing our brains to think.
Okay.
It was a beautiful class. Thank you.
Thank you, Paco. Now, I won't take the credit. It is you that is forcing your brain. When I ask you to do something, you are more than willing to do it. So your brain is saying, who is she? Let her go away. But continue to come to my class, and I promise you that you will learn faster and faster, and it becomes like the snowball effect. Just as the children were put in a shard glass on the staircase, one person that only comes to my class the one time, she's talking about nothing. She's teaching the same lesson that she taught before. If you saw that I scrolled down, there are lots of levels of lessons within one activity. So just because you've heard it doesn't mean that you know the direction that I'm going to take you in that day. The reading doesn't change, but each time we read it, you should have a deeper understanding of how you can use the vocabulary, how you can use this story and apply it to your life. And if you get a chance, I'd like for each of you to watch this video, and it is a beautiful video, I think, that will help you to appreciate those who are not as fortunate as you are. And finally, I will say to Amir, thank you for joining us. We have completed our lesson for today, but if you would like, you can always watch the video. Thank you guys for coming, and if you have nothing more to say,
Bye-bye.
Amir, did you want to say something? Okay, bye guys. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
Thanks a lot, Priscilla. See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Or